Ultimate Universe number 1 was published few days ago with this impressive cover, presenting a new beginning after the conclusion of the Ultimate Invasion, where a new team of heroes bands together to save the future. In Asgard, Reed Richards, aka Dr. Doom, and Tony Stark, aka Iron Lad, approached the cell of Thor, who was imprisoned for being a traitor. Thor asked Doom to go away, as he did not want food or drink, and did not want to talk to anyone either. But Doom told Thor that he came to get him out, cause he was wrongly imprisoned, but only if he truly was Thor the God of Thunder. Thor confirmed that, and Doom freed him, but Thor refused to leave before getting his hammer back. They then went into the hole where Mjolnir was kept under the guard of Lady Sif and some other Asgardian warriors. Thor told Sif that he only wanted his hammer, and that he would leave after that, but Sif told him that he was her prisoner, and that he should get back to his cell. Thor said that he was leaving, forcing Sif and her guards to raise their weapons, but Tony blasted one of them, remarking that they did not have time to fight. Thor then summoned Mjolnir from afar, regaining his full power and costume, before taking down the guards one after the other, and teleporting away with Doom and Tony. Later on in Stark Tower, the heroes surrounded Captain America, who was frozen in ice, and whom Thor did not know. Doom told Thor that Cap was a hero of an erased age, but because he was from an old and less corrupted time, they were able to rescue him at his origin, and in a state of innocence. Thor wanted to free Cap by smashing the ice around him, but Tony told him that he could not do it that way, as getting Cap out would be complicated. Thor, however, vowed to free Cap, remarking that it would be still better than dying in a frozen hell. But Sif, who also teleported to Stark Tower, told Thor that he should not promise freedom while he was still a prisoner. Thor thought that he was still in his cell in Asgard, but Sif told him that he wasn't. Tony then explained that everything they thought was real was actually a lie, as the world was not the world it should be, and asked Sif to help fixing that, cause Thor was not supposed to be her prisoner, but her king. Doom further explained that the ruler of Earth was a man called the Maker, and while he was trapped in the future city, they had the chance to change the world into what it was supposed to be. The Maker was from another universe, and he arrived to this reality to erase the world's heroes from existence, and was able to do that by denying them the events that would have transformed them into what they were supposed to be. He was able to do that because he arrived in this universe with the knowledge of the hero's history, and Doom knew all that because he was the Maker's prisoner and was able to steal his files. Tony told Thor that he was supposed to be the king of Asgard, but the Maker helped Loki and killed Odin and stole his birthright and ruined his and everyone's future, and that they need to get things right again. Thor and Sif then accepted to join the team. Doom said that the Maker's files were amended over the years and was keeping tokens and keys to each hero he wronged in a repository located in the capital city of Latveria. With that, the team was magically teleported to Latveria as Tony suggested, but were confronted with an electrical barrier which Thor managed to destroy with a bolt of lightning, and ended up in the repository where the Maker was keeping his files. Tony said that there were many of these relics that should not be left behind or chosen from randomly, as they had to gather them and jump out with them all. Thor said that he could do that, but before he could take any action, he was stabbed from behind by Henry Dugarry, aka Captain Britain of the Ultimate Reality. He then took down Sif and Doom before confronting Tony, who told him that he knew him and also knew what the secret rulers of the world did, and that was going to end, but Henry managed to remove Tony's mask and recognized him. Tony told Henry that he wanted him to remember his face before blasting him in his face from point zero and putting him down. The injured Thor then managed to teleport them back to the Stark Tower, where they tried to save his life. Later on in Latveria, Henry contacted the Maker's Council, which consisted of Emmanuel da Costa, Viper, Magic, Lord Khonshu, and the Hulk, and told them that Tony blinded and misfigured him. He further explained that Stark and his team broke into the castle and escaped with the Maker's lure. Hulk then calmed Henry down and told him that they were wondering how to deal with the vacuum of power on that continent, continent and how to claim it for themselves, and Tony just gave them North America. With that, they activated a weaponized satellite in orbit, which projected a huge laser beam towards Earth. Hulk further explained that all they had to do was to tell lies that people would believe. While it was true that the Council were the ones who had control of the machines, it was Stark family who built them, and would be blamed for the destruction it would cause aftermath. 1 week later, the news reflected on the events which took place a week earlier, stating that millions around the world were still waiting for answers about what happened that day, as thousands remained missing, showing the names of the victims of what was labeled as a terror attack. The anchor then ended the coverage by wondering why a teenager like Tony Stark would commit this terrible act, as some believed that because his father and grandfather recently passed, while others believed that it was simple madness. But Tony was also in the blast and was assumed dead as well. Thus, the reason why he did that would remain unknown. I've never been a huge fan of the Ultimate Universe, but I like the plot and the artwork in this book and wanted to share it with you. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.